Picture the scene. It's 1997. Titanic is riding high at the box office. The Spice Girls, the biggest thing in the world right now. And then suddenly your school friend comes in with a little plastic egg in their pocket saying it's their brand new digital pet. Those were Tamagotchis. This is Noa Noa, which is a game that has come out just end of last week over on iPhone, iPad, Android, and it is effectively a little Tamagotchi sim, only there are a few added bits and pieces. So that's the screen that you're used to if you're familiar with these digital pets or gigapets or whatever you want to call them, and they're comprised of a series of stats that you have to manage. So your Tamagotchi will get hungry, it'll get sad, it'll get dirty, it'll get full of poo, and other gross things that you have to maintain. It's kind of like a parenting simulator, I guess, which for some reason kids were really into as a kid. I never had one of these when I was younger, though I saw people who had them. I did kind of want it at the time because it was the new fad when I was wee, but you know, as I grew up and looked back, I went, what was the point of that? This game hasn't done a great deal to change my mind, but your mileage will vary depending on how into them you are, because it does give you extra stuff to worry about. For example, here's another one. I've got 2 of them. And the idea is that you can build up an entire colony of these little buggers over time. There's also additional stuff that wasn't in the original games, I'm pretty sure. So you can visit this village, and in this village, there are different buildings. And the buildings have activities. So for example, here's a maze game I can play with just the left and right. So if I tap left and then I press the middle button, I'll go forward. And the idea is you have to complete these mazes in a time limit. And if you touch the walls even just once, then it is a game over for you. And the idea is by doing that, you'll wind up earning stars over time, and the stars you can then use to purchase new Tamagotchi shells and new creatures themselves. I'm going to kill myself here so I can just get back to the original screen. In fact, I'll probably just pull all the way back, because you see I have a room and a desk, and I can change this environment as well, get new backgrounds to go with my fleet of Tamagotchis. And if I go up to the top of the screen here, you can see this is my little, I guess, control panel. It's simulating a phone, but the idea is I can earn some stuff, and I probably got some little there we go, some stuff to collect, free gifts and rewards and things, because it is a free to play game, of course. And these stars are the currency that will then allow me to go in and say, for example, buy some new cases. So I've purchased all of these. I can purchase this style case for 15 stars if I want to. Just do that there. Now that's purchased, and then I have a variety of different color schemes I can unlock for each one. And if I want to purchase them, that means that I can unlock additional spaces and then fill them with the different types of Noahs, which are sort of the Tamagotchi in question. Already unlocked a few. This Eno one is a big fellow, smashes through the floor, and this one with the bow, and these are the ones that you can raise, and the idea is just over time you'll get loads of them. If that sounds like your idea of fun, then you're going to really like this. If it sounds like your idea of like a nightmare of eternal micromanagement and being shouted at by a tiny little LCD screen, fake LCD screen at that, then probably isn't for you, in the same way that it's not really for me, I'm going to be honest with you. The one thing I really like, the one thing they've done incredibly well, let me do this, is recreate the look of a genuine LCD screen. Because if you look at the way that there's a kind of delay, there's a little motion blur, and this would happen with old LCD screens, liquid crystal displays in the early days, when they weren't quite so good, when the refresh speed wasn't as good, because this is something that we all have LCD TVs now, but the refreshing's got so much better. You see the kind of like the shadows, the ghosting that you get from movement. That's what they used to look like, and they've recreated it perfectly. So I've got a lot of time for the attention that's been paid to recreating this experience. Is it one that I'm interested in personally? Not really, but that's okay. If you like this kind of game, then you can get it right now for free and be shouted at by loads of little digital things in your pocket if you really want. Cool. Noa Noa is the name of the game. Thank you for watching. See you next time.